Good afternoon, good morning. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining us on this Tuesday edition of Wake Up Call. And boy, what a morning it's been already here on Crafters TV. Let's just looking forward to just having this seat for a wee moment or two before we dive straight in and tell you about what's coming up today. But before we do that, if you did see Craft Chat and Create, you will know by now that Ben is here for the morning. How you doing?
I am okay. Like you say, looking forward to just sitting down, relaxing during the show. That's normally my role, isn't it, during Wake Up Call? But yeah, good to be back with you here on Crafters TV. Going to be a really fun show as well, previewing lots of what is coming up today. Plus, I'll mention it in just a bit, it is another national day that we want you to get involved with, which I'll tell you more about in just a little while. But lots of great shows coming today, haven't we?
We do indeed. So for the remainder of the day, we're going to have George and also Jan taking over the reins, and they're going to be bringing you a masterclass which is all about nature garden, and more specifically, it's all about the Farmhouse collection. So that's 3 o'clock here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time. And then with it being a Tuesday, it means we're going to have a party. And we're going to have a launch party. So Jan's going to be having a look at things like, well, what launched yesterday, and that was the mini dies. We've got some nesting dies. We've got everyday hanging ornaments on these ones as well. Some of which we're going to have a look at within Wake Up Call, but that's going to be 7 o'clock here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time or 11 a.m. Pacific Time. So that's what we've got coming up for the rest of the day. As I say, we're going to be having a look at what is coming up demo-wise. I'm going to go and get myself sorted across at the other side of the studio because I know you've got some things as well.
Yes, absolutely. Today, by the way, is Burns Day, Burns Night. So for all of our Scottish viewers, happy Burns Night. But also today, Roll Swap Day. Now, don't get too excited. Craig and I aren't going to be jumping in the gallery, and we're going to be getting George Squared out here presenting and demoing. Oh no. But we thought it might be quite interesting to have a little bit of a chat about if you could swap into a role here at Crafters TV, what role would you like to swap into? It's a little chat that I put up on my Facebook page yesterday, and already a few lovely comments coming through. Like Hannah, for example, says, I would choose to be demonstrating / presenting, as I love talking, crafting, and being enthusiastic. Barbara's already said, if I could role swap, I would like to be the assistant to either Craig or Debbie Robinson. This would be a new position. I quite like this. I would hand them whatever they needed, just like on a cooking show. Can you get this, please? Approved by the powers that be. Maybe Sarah would like me to do this. I could add some entertainment. I mean, Barbara, you're selling it to me. We'll mention it to Sarah next when we see her. But this is the kind of thing we want to know. So maybe you'd like to be a presenter for a day. Maybe you'd like to have a go at demonstrating. Maybe you'd like to jump in the gallery and be a vision mixer, or you could be a producer and boss me around all day. Whatever. Georgina's just gone, yes, it's great. Whatever you fancy, Role Swap Day, what role would you swap into? Let us know in the comments, and we'll read some more of your comments out as we head through the show on Facebook and on YouTube. And as part of that, a little bit later on, I'm going to be joining Craig over at the crafty area to do a bit of demoing. And here's the thing, like I think we're going to sort of tag team again here, because if you caught our impromptu show a little bit earlier on, I've already done 2 demos today. So I'm feeling all demoed out, Craig.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, 2 in one day for me.
A little bit of room for another demo.
Okay, one more. With your guidance, of course.
Of course.
Yes.
We will do that. We'll do that indeed. But before then, what we're going to do is we're going to give you the opportunity to get your hands on some of the collections that we've got coming up today on Crafters TV, starting with the Masterclass. So this is when Jan, she's going to be taking the reins for Masterclass as well as launch party. But let's have a look at Nature Garden Farmhouse collection. Now, when it comes to this collection here, look at that. We've got our sentiments, we've got our stamps, we've got our dies, we've got our toppers, we've got embossing folders, we've got the whole shebang when it comes to this collection here. So this is your Nature Garden Farmhouse collection. This is your 15-piece collection. So today's prices you're going to be saving 60%, being £67.54 or $82.50. But if you are platinum, as you know by now, your price comes down even more to £54.03 or $66 for you guys stateside. If you are across Central Europe, you just need to go to your website.eu. All your prices in euros will be there. But it is a really nice collection, a good sizable collection, including the paper pads as well. Going to be able to work for different seasons throughout the year because of the colour tones that run throughout that full lot. But the fact is, whether you do like to do your stamping or your die cutting or your embossing, it is all there for you to then do your craftiness when it comes to that collection. So that's what's coming up within Masterclass with Jan and George, 3 o'clock here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time or 7 a.m. Pacific Time. So we're going from that masterclass to a party, and let's have a look at the Decorative nested die collections. This is coming up also with Jan and George. So this is the 27-piece element. So this is where on today's price be $96.68 or $112.16. You're going to be saving 25% on that collection, but platinum's going to come down to $77.34 or $89.73. These are nesting dies, these are layering dies, these are the sort of dies I absolutely adore. So many things that you can be doing with them, because of course you can then be die cutting with them, but then they do have features where it really is worthwhile doing the embossing with your embossing mat, but then thinking about your gilding waxes, then thinking about your foil press, lots of things that you can do. Use them for the sentiments, use it for toppers, just so much that you can be doing with them. But that's what's going to be coming up within the launch party, that as well as so much more with Jan and George, 7 o'clock here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time. So that's the die cutting done with the background of your cards. Maybe you want to get all ornamental. Maybe you want to have something 3D.
Ooh,
maybe, kinetic, free-flowing, twirling look. Then we've got something else for you. And this is our everyday hanging ornament collection. Now you're going to get 34 elements within this one here, including your pack of 2 Poke Tools, which are an absolute must. Now on today's price, you're going to be £38.95 or $49.95. This is where, you've got that saving of £13 or $18.80. But if you're platinum, it's going to come down to £31.16 or $39.96 as well. So relatively new launches here that Jan's going to be showing you. Lots of ideas as well. So maybe you want to use your cardstock, your pattern paper, your inks, anything like that you can absolutely be using. So still within the launch party as well. But when it comes to Farmhouse collection, decorative nesting dies, as well as the hanging ornaments, we are going to be having a look at all 3 of them within Wake Up Call within the next hour and 20 minutes or so, as well as a little segment where Ben's going to be doing a little bit of crafting with something that just launched yesterday.
Absolutely, I'm looking forward to that. Remember, you're there to hold my hand though, yeah? You're going to be there. He's not going to leave me on my own, don't worry. Or is he? Lots of lovely comments coming through, which we'll tackle in just a few moments' time. Must just mention before we get going, this week's Get It, Got It, Goo! Yeah, we launched this. Whoa!
Gosh, that's loud.
Well, that was loud. That scared me. We launched this yesterday. I thought I was in a disco then for a second. It's the Spectrum Noir Flip Marker Collection. If you weren't awake, you are now. It's the Cosmic Wonder 6-piece and the Natural World 6-piece collection. These are amazing because not only do these give you amazing sparkle, but when you lay these down, depending on how the light hits them, you get 2 different colours per pen. It's so clever how it all works, and it's a brilliant deal. As I say, buy one, get the other pack half price within the bundle. Which is amazing. That deal is live this week, or while stocks last. Just worth bearing in mind, that is an amazing price. And last week's Get It, Got It good deal did sell out before the end of the week. So make sure, if you want to grab them, you get in nice and quickly. Few good mornings. There's loads of you watching. I must say a very good morning to Christine Mahoney and Sam McDonald and Melanie Downey. Good morning from a chilly Florida, says Melanie. Anne's in, saying hi, Craig and Ben. Hello. Rosalind says, great to see you guys. Just finished watching the earlier show. What did you think? Fun, wasn't it? Hello from Ireland, says Meave. And Jenny says, good morning to you all. Cold and snowy out there. Cup of coffee and wake up call. Great morning. Treasure Heart is in from Texas. And just a few people chatting about the roll swap day, because that's what's happening today. Meave says, I would make the tea and the coffee. That would be quite a good job to have, you see, because that would make us very happy, but you'd also get to see all like the ins and outs as to what goes on, not only here in the studio, but also in the gallery as well. Christine Mahoney says, swap means swap, Ben. You need to do the demonstrating and Craig needs to be the presenter. Yeah, he will. He'll present alongside me whilst I do a bit of the demonstrating. That's the plan. We worked great as a team earlier on, and I just say, why change things when they don't need to be changed? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And Sarah says, Craig, you change your top to a colourful one. We won't be missing you in a crowd. Yeah, he's getting all the wardrobe out today. I said to you before, didn't I? I love that top. It's very bright and breezy, just like you.
Very bright. Thank you very much. Yeah. Yes, I thought we would do that. Go for a little bit of a change. One that I forgot I had this in. When I say in our wardrobe in the green room, it's nothing fancy.
No.
Just a flat pack wardrobe. To be fair, to be honest with you, it's jam-packed full of his stuff.
My stuff? Joe's got quite a lot of stuff in there as well. Is it mainly my stuff, though?
It's mainly your stuff.
I tell you what it is, I ran out, when we moved into our new house, we haven't got much storage, like wardrobes and stuff, so I ran out of room in the wardrobe that I built, and so realising that we had the wardrobe here, I brought a lot of it down. But it's all work, it's all stuff that I would wear to work. It's not like I've just hung me pants up in there or anything, is it? You know?
No, or come to work with no pants on. Trousers, I mean, trousers, pants, that you thought this morning. Care to tell that story for those that didn't see Craft Chat and Create?
Well, if you check my Instagram page, you'd be able to see exactly what happened. But when I came in, as you can see where Craig stands now, you can only see, obviously, the top of him, so you can't see what he's wearing underneath. So when I came in this morning, he was stood there like that, and his trousers were on the side of the counter, just over there. So I walked in, I was like, is he just standing with his boxer shorts on there? No, he was in his comfy trousers before he put his smart trousers on. As I say, you can see the reel on my Instagram page. But... oh, bright one over there. Have you got some bits and pieces to show us?
I do indeed. I've got some finished samples with our Nature Garden Farmhouse collection. This is what Jan's going to be doing with our masterclass later on in the day. So this is the sort of things that you can be making because you are getting the paper pads as well. Not just the 12 by 12 pattern, not just the 12 by 12 vellum, but also the 12 by 12 core colour cardstock. So you can then be making your concept cards. You've got your embossing folder. In actual fact, this is one that I'm going to be using within my demo here. Love this embossing folder because you've got that nice little wreath effect there. But then spring-like colours, so you can then start to bring in your yellows and your oranges. But then what you can do, if you do want to then start to use them towards later on in the year, I know we're only just starting at the beginning of the year and just starting to be in the springtime. However, you know, you will be able to use these later on in the year. Would work well with our autumn collection, you know, the colour tones as well, so you can absolutely do that. But mixing and matching the embossing folders with the stamps and the dies, these always remind me of Coronation Street.
Oh yes.
Always, always, always remind me of Coronation Street. You know, Jack and Vera. I know it was obviously not Jack and Vera's house originally. It was...
oh, look at you with the Coronation Street history.
Was it Elsie Tanner?
Elsie Tanner.
Elsie Tanner.
Elsie Tanner.
And then, obviously, Jack and Vera and the Ducks. I think because Fizz is still in the house now, she's split from Tyrone, so Tyrone's not in the house. Obviously, Tyrone was taken in by Jack and Vera. So technically it's not Tyrone's, although Fizz is away to sell the house, but the birds are still on the wall nowadays, so there we go.
What?
Yeah. I shall have you know, it's ITV are having a big shake-up when it comes to their dramatic TV programmes.
Wow, he knows everything. This
I
guy.
do.
Knows.
It's only Corrie that I watch. Yep. Only Corrie. But then what about home decor? You can absolute neighbours occasionally, but always Corrie. You can do your home decor if you want to as well. How cute is that, Ben? Family blessings. Look at that. Little Wellington boots.
For all the family members.
Yeah.
Super cute.
Jelly boots, you can see there. Then you can start to do your concept cards if you want to. Bring in your nesting dies, your Z-fold cards, bringing in the hen with the rabbit. Going to be good for Easter with it being the rabbits. Kind of stopped myself in mid-flow there, but it was a way to say it into Easter time. So again, with the embossing folder, it's not going to be long.
Start of April this year, isn't it? Easter.
It is, yeah, just before WrestleMania. So then we have got our cards 6x6, but then, you know, doing really, really simple. If you've seen our Craft Chat Create earlier on, you'll have seen how we had the build a bouquet collection on.
Yeah.
Now, you know, you've started to got your own little build a bouquet within this collection. Mix and match if you want to, you've got that option. But then you go in with your trucks, you can colour these. So if your uncle or granddad or your dad or of course your mum or, you know, your auntie, whoever it is that works on the farm, if they've got their own specific coloured truck, then you can then obviously colour theme it to the one that they've got. And then when it comes to the back of the truck, there's not actually anything on it. You've got additional stamp and dyes, you know, so some are like your spring-like vegetables, some are your autumn-like with your pumpkins.
I always think of that one as well because I think it's the 'Twas the Night Before Christmas collection with the stocking, and a lot of people said that the dyes, you know, you've got the different stocking toppers.
Yes.
They fit on the back of that truck.
That's
so
true.
You can create your own little Christmas truck as well at Christmas time.
Very true, very true. So yeah, so there you go. There's an idea where you can then be bringing in not just other collections, but then other Christmas collections as well. How well that they work together. So that's some ideas as to what you can be making. Keeping in mind, Jan's going to have a full 2 hours at 3 o'clock in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern time, 7 a.m. Pacific time, where she's going to be going over lots and lots of lovely demonstrations as to what you can be doing. But I think what we're going to do, Ben, is definitely going to go in with my 6x6 embossing folder because I absolutely adore this one. I love it. Love this one. It is a 2D embossing folder, so it's not a 3D, but you still get depth within this one. So I like that. You could, of course, also use any of these little topper stickers that we've got as well. But I'm not going to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the vellum pad because you've got these die cut toppers within these ones here. So we've got sending birthday wishes, we've got some tags here, with faith anything is possible, and you get a few of them when it comes to the toppers, and you get a few different pages as well. If you plant it, it will grow. So you know, these then could work into the middle. So I think what I'm wanting to do is, see, that would work, but I don't want to cover too much of my detail. Let's tell you what we can do. Let's simply go in with Dear Friend. So I'm going to manipulate that out. It's held in with little pips. So take them out. So then what will happen is once we've embossed it, that can sit nicely in there. And then what I'm going to do, let's go for a lighter tone on this one. So I'm going to go in with this one. We're going to go in with this pastel lemon.
It's perfect that you get all of the colours to match with all the pattern patterns in the collection, so you don't really have to think too much, do you not?
No, you really, really don't. With the folder being 6x6, what I'm actually going to do is come down 1/4 of an inch. So I'm going to go to 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. And then what I'm going to do, so if I go over to the side here with my water reactives, and I'm going to go in with, let's go in with a bit of Friar Brown. And we're going to do a bit of letterpress.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to go in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with, so this is the raised side here. So I'm going to tap my ink pad and I'm going to roll it back and forwards.
So letterpressing is almost like the negative effect of the embossing folder, really, isn't it?
It is. So you get that embossed effect, but what happens is the side that you put the ink on, so this side, I'm popping it on the side that has the raised design. So that means that when that raised design goes into the cardstock, it's pushing the ink in as well. It's really, really effective.
It's quite an old technique, letterpressing.
Letterpressing is a really old technique, yeah. And then it's just something that we've brought into the papercraft world when it comes to embossing folders. So making sure that I've got more than enough. So then what I'm going to do, so I want it to be on that side there. So I'm going to sit it on the clean side. Because the last thing I don't want is for it to smudge. Now I will get some of this excess ink onto my cardstock. If you don't want that, you can wipe it away. I like the look of excess ink, so I'm leaving this one on. I'm going to use my MIDI for this one. And because I'm using my MIDI, means I need my purple shim.
Yep.
So we're going to run that one through. So that pushes it through. It's going to give us our emboss, deboss, whichever side that you go with. And then can we see how we've got that emboss, but it's pushed the ink through. And this is what I mean by, if you don't want that, just rub it off your folder beforehand, non-porous surface, so it easily is washable, however, or wipeable. However, I like that look. I just find that it works well within the Nature Garden collection of the Farmhouse. And a cloth or a wet wipe, baby wipe, something like that, dries and wipes clean, no problem. So we've got that one. So what I can then do is you can see how that could then just sit into the middle there with that rustic feel. But what I am going to do is I'm going to go in with my little distress tool. And this is something I've been using a lot, Ben. I love our little tool. I'm going round the edges and distressing them. It gives it that more rustic look again, which keeping in line with the Farmhouse collection.
Lots of lovely comments coming through, by the way, and thank you for all the roll swaps suggestions coming through. Loretta says good morning from Arizona. Who else is in? Rosalind says this was from this morning. Ben, I thought it was funny to see Craig's expression earlier when he realised you hadn't been listening to him for 90 seconds. He's just about forgiven me.
Just about.
A lot of you saying how much you enjoyed this morning's impromptu show. Thank you for all of that. That is what we're here for, to jump on and do it when the gremlins strike. Who was it just saying? It was Bees and Stones says excellent team reaction this morning to an emergency situation. Well done, guys. Yeah, a few of the swaps then for you, because it is roll swap day today. So we're asking if you could swap into a roll here at Crafters TV, what you would swap into. Patricia says, I would like to try vision mixing. Yes, yes, yes. I think that would be fun. There's lots of buttons in there is everything I would say. And there's a joystick as well, which, you know, George has a lot of, he needs to concentrate in there, so quite difficult. And Deborah says, I'm not sure I could be as professionally poised as you all are. Well, for the most part anyway. So I think producing might be safer for me. And Wilma says, I would like to be one of the people behind the scenes, the one who says things in your ears that you can't repeat on air that makes you bust a gut laughing.
Yes.
That would be, well, both producer and vision mixer. But actually, yes, just to back the guys up, they are always very professional. Well, 95% of the time.
Always, always, always.
Yeah, they get the right balance, I think, of feeding us the information that we need, Craig, but also, you know, joining in with the hashtag Bants as well.
Exactly, 100%. It's a fine art, that is.
It is a fine
art indeed.
Fine art, yeah. And if we were going to do this roll swap day properly, I know I'm going to come over to your side of the studio in just a bit and sort of have a go at demoing. As I say, already done to today, already done to. But you know, if we were to do it really properly, you and I would be in there today and we'd have George and George out here.
Exactly.
Doing the shows.
Exactly, I totally agree with you.
Yeah, can you imagine what a calamity that would be? I can imagine Georgina would probably, I could see her on the crafty side.
Yeah.
And George would probably present. I think that would be the way to get around it. And what would you do in there? Produce or vision mix?
I would produce.
Yeah, and I think I could probably just about get the right cameras up. We'd model through, wouldn't we? Between us. Yeah. Georgina's just gone, shall we do a little 10-minute segment where we all swap?
Give it a shot and see, eh? What could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong? It couldn't be any worse than what happened this morning when we went off the channel for 2 hours, could it? So come on.
That's true. Oh, but as a team, we pulled it together.
Absolutely.
We pulled it together.
Yes.
I think that's what it was that you guys all loved as well. The fact of, you know, that the behind the scenes team, they were interacting that as well. It was just something different. You knew it wasn't normal. It was kind of like a one-off, and you loved the fact that, you know, we went rogue. We still used the products that we had on the crate chat and craft. Chat, craft and create.
Chat, create.
But you could tell it's something special. It was something a little bit different and out of the ordinary.
But one thing I wasn't bargaining on, because we only went live, we literally thought we were going to be live on Craig's page for like 5 minutes. 2 hours later, he got me to do 2 demos as well. I had not bargained on that. But Mary just saying, I think you all did a wonderful job earlier today, finding a very clever way to keep the show going on Facebook. Thank you all. It was great. Welcome.
So glad to hear. So glad to hear.
What are you up to now then, over there?
To be fair as well, I did, when we said, right, let's do a Facebook Live, I did intend for it to be like a 15, 20 minute live.
Yeah.
And then Boss Erin come in and we just kept going and going and going. So it was a lot of fun.
To be honest, I should have known, because I know what you're like normally when you do a Facebook Live. You know, when you've gone on after a show, because a lot of the time, you know, when we finish here on Crafters TV, Craig will go back home and do like a Facebook Live if he's, you know, like with his advent calendars, or if he's like previewing an upcoming show. And you're like, what are you doing tonight? Oh, I'll probably just go on and do like, you know, 45 minutes. I tune in at like midnight and he's still going.
Still live.
Like 3 hours later.
It's because we get chatting, we get crafting, and before you know it, time's just flowing by.
Yeah.
Which, unfortunately, simply because of the changes of some of the shows, I haven't been able to do a Facebook Live as of yet, even though we do have a launch day tomorrow with Hunky Dory.
Yeah.
I know how I always like to do it alive, but with being in really early this morning with these shows, really early tomorrow as well, me and you on Craft Chat and Create.
We are, yeah.
It's just not feasible to do a live as well tonight. So I will be doing one. Hopefully by the time the week's out, I will be doing a Facebook Live, and we'll maybe use a few products that I've launched this week. But just keep an eye on my Facebook page and I'll let you know. But for anyone that's wondering, oh, Hunky Dory launch tomorrow, is he doing a live? Unfortunately not. It's just not... well, do you know what? I need my sleep and my rest as well.
Absolutely.
And I need to make sure that I focus on that too.
He's a man, not a machine.
As much as I try to be sometimes.
Sarah on Facebook says, you all did amazing this morning. It was a giggle. Sam McDonald saying the dream team pulled it together. Thank you for all of these lovely comments coming through. Couple of questions. Morning Phoenix says, which machine is Craig using with this collection?
I am using the Gemini Mini for this one.
Okay.
So using the Gemini Mini, many of the elements will go through your Gemini Mini and your Gemini Go. But it will all go through your Gemini Midi or your Gemini Junior, or of course your large Gemini, etc, etc. But it is the Midi that I am using.
And just a quick question here, because obviously we saw you using the guillotine a few moments ago. Angela says, Craig, my question is, my guillotine arm won't seem to stay up. Is there anything that I can do?
Yes. If you turn your guillotine over, all that you need to do is tighten the little nut, the bolt in here. All you need to do is tighten that slightly. And it's nature of the beast. Over time, as you're using your guillotine, what will happen occasionally is it does start to run off the thread. So all that you just need to do is just tighten it yourself. So giving it a little bit of tight, not too much. If you do it too much, you will know, because you're not able to close the arm. So just tighten it slightly, and then that'll stop it from falling down.
Okay.
So there you go.
Good stuff. Any more questions? Keep them coming, because that is what we are here for.
We are indeed.
Astrid, lovely Astrid, just said, I would love to roll swap with any of the roles that don't involve being in front of the camera. Funny, you've seen a few of those actually coming through. Lots of you saying you'd like to sort of be in behind the scenes, but not necessarily in front of the camera. No.
I would have been the same up to about 4 years ago.
See, I still can't believe that about you, because I must have, the first show that I ever did with you must have probably been maybe 6 months, a year after you first started.
Yeah.
I still can't believe that you would have, I don't know, you seem like you've always been doing this to me.
Yeah, but no, I wouldn't. I remember the first time I ventured way on my own was for overnight. And it was the first time Leona Lewis done a concert, and I went to see her in Edinburgh.
Yeah.
And it was the first time I went somewhere on my own, travelled somewhere on my own, because I was a home bird, you know, and I didn't like the thought of leaving or travelling about. I was happy at home, whereas I forced myself to do it, and then got more opportunities in the craft business, and then done some work, of course, with Hunky Dory and Dawn Bibby, and then joined Crafters Companion. So Dawn had kind of, what's the word? She kind of eased me into the TV side.
Yeah.
So I got a little bit of confidence, and then joined here when Crafters TV started at the same time, and yeah, my confidence just continued to grow more and more and more.
It's one of those things, isn't it? The more you do it, the more comfortable and confident you get.
Absolutely,
really.
Absolutely.
But it's a funny old thing that we do, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's a bizarre
the one thing that
world.
my wife still doesn't understand, and I think even more from like your side, having sort of dabbled in it just a little bit, is the concentration it takes, and like how much it does sort of take it out of you. Do like a couple of hours or doing a 3-hour show, you know, I'll get home like, oh, I'm really tired.
Yeah.
All you do is stand and chat all day, and it's like it's really hard work.
It is.
It's concentration.
It does take it out of you for sure.
Yeah.
You know, because we're not just doing what we're doing. We're talking about what we're doing. We're using our breath. We're using our energy. It is tiring stuff, and it's live.
Yeah.
And constantly on the go, on the move, thinking mentally as well as physically. So yeah.
We just make it look easy. Most of the
Well, if it looks easy, then.
Georgina just went, oh, well, Craig does. Thank you, Georgina. That is very kind. I know. Lots of lovely comments coming through, by the way, thanking you for your Facebook Lives. Craig says, Rosalind, you do go above and beyond doing the Facebook Lives that you have done, so thank you. And Rosalind also saying, I need to use more of my vellum. It's so pretty, but I don't want to cut it.
I know, it's hard when it comes to vellum, not wanting to cut into it, but please do. It is absolutely worth it, so please do. Let's go a little bit to the side there. I like that. So we've got that one. So layering up 1/4 inch increment. So I've gone in with that kind of like olive green.
Yeah.
And then instead of using pattern paper, I've used a layer of the vellum. Then I've gone in with my letterpress embossing folder design, and then the thank you, I've done a bit of a drop shadow, and then bringing in the Special Friend sentiment topper, also from the vellum pad. What we can then do is take this in. So you can see that, you know, I've not gone anywhere near the stamps and the additional dies that you've got within the set. I've literally kept it as simple can be when it comes to the collection. But as we say, Jan will be in later on the next show, if you're watching live, with George, and they will have a masterclass. So that's all that I'm going to do with that one, Ben. Nothing over extravagant or that, keeping it very, very simple. But then how different that would look if you go down the pink sort of looks, or maybe the blue sort of looks, or any different colourways that you go will make it look completely different. But thank you for a dear friend, and then separating the thank and the you. You can still clearly see that it's a thank you card for a dear friend, but it's just splitting it slightly.
It's really lovely, and actually, Astrid has taken the words right out of my mouth. She just says that it almost looks like carved wood. The effect that you created with that embossing fold there, lovely. Thank you. Keep the roll swaps coming in. Roll swap day today. What role would you like to swap into here at Crafters TV? Angela says, I would be the tea lady for the swap rolls day. Liking the fact there's lots of people up for making teas and coffees. You can all come here whenever you like. You are most welcome. If you want to grab the Nature's Garden Farmhouse 15-piece collection, there you go. Details on your screen, and there is the full collection. £54 and 3p if you're platinum, $66 if you're a platinum member shopping with us in the UK, in the US, I should say. And also worth bearing in mind that a lot of people tend to go for these full collections and then add more of the paper pads in as well. And we do have the paper pads available for you in a little bundle too, which you can tag on and add on to, which I think we're going to have a little bit of a look at right now. So yes, if you do want extra papers and vellum, here they are. Half price deal, so you're going to get a collection there of your vellum, of your solids, and also you've got your patterned paper included in there as well. That's a great price, £23, 18 pence is your platinum price, or $28.34 if you're shopping with us in the US and you are platinum. And then the ink pads, again, pop together a really nice collection of colours here. So you've got all of the blending sponges in there, your 4-piece blending sponges, and these are your water reactive ink pads. So you've got orange, pink tulip, smoke plume, grasshopper, Sandstorm, Pale Fig, and Oasis. All of that coming to you for just $25.54 or $35.58. And that is your deal on that today. Lots of love for that last card coming through. Dan Shaw just saying, just been watching this morning show. Well done to all the guys and gals. And lots of love coming through for your card that you've just made as well.
Thank you very much. Glad that you like it. Something a little bit different. Sometimes you don't want to go too bright on your cards and your project. So yeah, a little bit subtler, but it's a nice way to use the collection. But as I say, Jan will have more ideas for you as well.
One other collection which we've got coming up later on, this is on Launch Party. This is what you guys launched, was it yesterday?
Yesterday, myself and George launched it. Myself, George, and George.
George and George.
George squared, we launched them.
Great collection for the fact that you've got your Gemini Mini, but then you've also got a whole range of brand new dies designed exclusively for this machine, right?
Yep. Yes, so, you know, they are all going to work within the Mini, but as we've established as well, if they work with the Mini, they're going to work with your other machines as well. But it's size-wise perfect to work with the Mini. So you've got some that are sentiments, you've got some, you know, your good old dragonflies or butterflies, but then you can see that one there, so into your soft crafts, you know, but then the scissors. So a hairdresser, we were talking about yesterday, you know, it could be there, you're seeing with the butterflies. Then you've got your little love hearts, you know, you've got the love. But then this one here, you've got tiny little love hearts that die cut in the centre of the envelope and that. So you're actually getting more than what it says on the packaging. But then your new home as well, you know, with the little keys as well as the house. Every single one of them will all go through the Mini. So
this is my favourite.
Houseplant, so cute, isn't it?
I'm thinking, because at this point I'm supposed to do a quick demo for Roll Swap Day. Stay around, don't leave me. This is the one that I want to work, and I've got an idea in my mind as to what I want to do, but I might need a bit of your creative help, because I've only got 10 minutes, and believe you me, as you saw earlier on, well, if you didn't see it, you wouldn't have seen it, but if you did see it, you would have seen it.
I know what you meant.
Craft, chat, create. I'm a bit of a clunky crafter. I'm going to take longer than 10 minutes if I do this on my own.
Clunky, I like that. Clunky.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? I can do it, but it just I'm a bit more. I've got sort of sausage fingers, you know, and I take a little bit more time, I think, than the average person. Love the fact that you get letters and numbers as well. This, where the letters, you created that really cute word search, didn't you?
I did.
I love that idea.
I did. My little tip as well when it comes to these ones is when I'm wanting a specific word of that, instead of just die cutting each individual letter, I just run them all through at once on the back and carrier sheet through the Mini. It just saves you having to take the letters off and then potentially losing them.
Wow, that's amazing. Fantastic collection. So 96 dies in total, and you're getting the Gemini Mini machine. So I'm supposed to create something here.
Okay.
Are you going to help me?
I'll help you if you need help.
Right, okay. Well, what I thought I would do, and I don't know if you think this is a good idea, I wanted to use, I don't know how long this would take, this little dice set here, and I've seen you do it before, and I don't know how long this would take, but my idea was creating a background with the dies. So I thought I'd either have the bones or the little fish there, like cut multiple times onto the background of the card, and then potentially have maybe use, was there a special friend in there?
Yes.
So maybe have like the special friend, like at the front of the card, maybe have like the dog bowl on there as well?
Yeah. Absolutely, that is feasible. What colour are you wanting the card?
Oh, I don't know. What do you think? Blue?
We'll go for blue. You want the blue out the Nature Garden collection?
Could you?
Yeah.
But it's going to have to be quite a small card though, I was thinking. Like maybe, like how small? Let me get the dies out of here actually.
About
like a 4x4 or
5x5.
And then like matte and layers, I was thinking.
Yeah.
So if you can do the card maybe, I could have a go at like cutting the mats and layers, but I'll just take a bit of time is the only thing. So when you go 4x4 and then have 2 layers, maybe like, what would you go down then? Like half an inch?
Quarter of an inch increments.
Quarter of an inch.
So do a blue layer and then your white layer for you to then do your die cutting.
Yeah.
And what are you, because the matte layer is blue, do you want the fish and the fish and the bone to be blue as well, creating a random.
Quite like that.
Yeah.
Well, what shall I cut? Shall I cut out the?
So if you cut out the fish as well as the bone.
Yeah. I need a few though, aren't I?
Yeah, but then at least then you can do them both at the same time. You can just go forward, reverse, and then
keep going.
Keep going. You want scissors?
Yeah.
So if I give you that, because then you can just use. Tell you what, I'll cut what I need first of all.
Yep.
So what did I? So what did we say? What did we say? 4x4 card.
4x4 card blank. Yeah.
So 4x4 card blank. So
yep.
there's my first layer. Okay. So that's that for you to play with.
Thank you.
And so 4x4. So card blank. If I do 8x4 and then fold it in half.
Any spare plates down there for the any folders for the Mini?
The folders should just be in. There we go. That one there.
Here we go.
All in there, my friend.
Thank you. Do you like the general idea though of what I've gone for?
I like that idea. Yeah.
Should I do bones in the background? Bones and a paw. Do you think?
Yeah, well, what you need to remember with the paw print, that die cuts out.
Oh, okay.
So you would have to stick them all individually, the paw prints. So I would, well, yeah, whatever you want. You do whichever one.
But if I go with, I've only got 5 or 6 minutes. I'm not able to get this done in time.
You need to do loads.
Well, I tell you what, shall I cut out some little paw prints? I like the paw prints.
Let's do it then. Yeah, let's do that.
I'm glad you're here to
do that if you want.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do.
Oh, you want me to swap
around?
Swap over here. There we go. All right. So I'll do some bones.
I'll move that there for you.
Okay.
So I've got the card, so it's 8x4. I'm going to score it in half, so that gives us our 4x4 card blank.
Okay.
And do it that way.
They've put us under pressure here, haven't they? And you're giving me 10 minutes to do this.
So
no, don't put the clock up.
So remember, that won't go. You'll need to trim it slightly, yeah. Okay, just a little bit, not much.
Don't put the clock on the screen. Whatever you do. No. Are we still doing that actually on the shows?
What, the clock?
Yeah, no, just over. Were you here? You weren't here, were you? Over Christmas time, we gave the guys like 10-minute challenges where they didn't know what they were crafting with.
Right.
And they had to pick a cracker, and then they had 10 minutes to craft something from like within the cracker. There was like like a paper pad, for example, that they could work with, and then a die set. And then they had 10 minutes to then come up with an idea.
No, I wasn't in there. No, I was still off at that point. Sounds fun.
It wasn't fun, I can tell you. I mean, it was fun to watch, but it wasn't fun to be. It wasn't fun to be involved in. Okay.
So we've got that one there.
Yeah. It comes out in all little bits.
That's what I was saying.
Oh,
yeah,
wow, so that's going to take even longer.
Yeah, that's why I was saying.
I'll do bones.
Print comes out separately.
I'll do bones.
Do bones.
In the back. All right.
So you've got that.
Yeah.
That you can see here.
Do you want to cut a special friend out of the MIDI?
I can do that.
Okay.
So you want it in blue as well?
Maybe, should we go different?
Do you want to do different?
Maybe.
What could we do? So if that's, I know what we could do.
Yeah.
I know. So if that's going to be kind of like all blue.
Yeah.
And then thinking of a dog collar, maybe like red or something, so we could then die cut special friend in red.
Liking it.
And it's going to highlight the special friend.
I love the fact that he's like, Ben's going to do some demonstrating, like, Craig, I'm just loving all of your ideas so far. But the whole point with this is, for me to have a bit of a go, as I say, I did 2 little demos earlier on, but this is a great machine just to have a go with. I've actually got the Gemini Mini at home, which I use when I'm crafting away with Daisy. But the Mini's exactly the same, obviously smaller in size, but I love it for the fact, as you've seen here, it's nice and quick, but you get all of the power that you get from the electronic machines. And it is, George, simplicity without the electricity. And you can just very quickly, create all of these, different die cuts.
Yep.
Great for embossing as well. And literally, as you're seeing with me here, the die just goes through using the folder. If you're using embossing folders as well, your 3D embossing folders just go through as is. Your 2D embossing folders go through with your plastic shim. so it makes it so easy to work with. And yes, the MIDI that I've got at home, Georgina, I wonder if that's enough bones. What do you think? It is. Well, I don't know actually. Craig lent it to me. How long ago was it you gave me that machine?
Gosh, quite a while ago, wasn't it?
Was it a year ago, maybe?
About that, I would say about that, yeah.
But yeah, I've sort of kept it on a long loan, really. But that's all right, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is. Just noticed a question coming in from Loretta saying, does anyone, I presume that it is no, does anyone know if you can die cut a foil press die? You can't die cut a foil press die because it's not a foil press die, it's a foil press stamp.
Yeah.
So the foil press stamps gives you a stamped impression. It is not a die, so therefore there's no cutting edge. So no, you cannot die cut with a foil press stamp. You cannot. It's all about the foiling.
All about the foiling. Got enough bones there. Thank you, Marnie, by the way, who just said, isn't it nice watching you two craft together? Who was it? Aisha saying, "Go Ben, go." Can I also have? Can you? Well, actually, I'll do it. Where's that card? I want to do the dog bowl in red now. Have you got one open there?
The dog bowl.
Yeah, I want to do that in red.
I think you had it, did you not? You had the shape.
Oh, sorry, I've got it there, haven't I?
Yeah, this is just a red satin that I've used here. I thought the red satin.
I really like that.
It's really nice.
So that is going to be there. What else have we got on that little sheet? Oh no, we've got a special friend. We've got the dog bowl.
Yeah.
And then we've got all of the bones there as well.
Do you want me to cut like a white strip for that to sit on?
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Like that.
Okey-doke. We will do that for sure.
There we go.
So that is.
There's the little bowl. So I was thinking I might stick the bones down, and I might just use your.
The
Dotty?
the dotty one.
There's the dotty. There he is.
Should be there.
Oh, actually, would you stick the layers down first? No, I'll do this first, and then I can stick the layers down afterwards, can't I? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
And then to break that up, do you want me to do a thin layer of the blue?
It's just what I was about to say.
So I thought that, so I thought I wanted to check. I didn't want to do it straight off the bat without checking with you first.
That's it. Great minds think alike.
They do.
When I actually looked at the listing for the show, I thought it was just like I was just going to demonstrate, how the Mini works. I didn't actually realise that I was going to be doing another demo. But actually, having done some demos earlier on alongside you on our little show, I'm really enjoying this, and I wonder whether or not we should incorporate this a little bit more.
I think we should.
It's like those cookery shows that you see on TV, isn't it?
Like Ready, Steady, Craft or something.
Yeah, a little bit like that, where they all sort of they all sort of jump in and dive in and help each other out. No, like in the UK, they have like the Saturday Morning Live, don't they?
Oh yeah, like James Martin and that.
Yeah, and someone's cooking and they all just.
I know what you mean now. Yeah.
Jump in.
Yeah, they do, don't they? Mhm. They do. So you can see. Mhm. Perfect.
Just randomly just whacking these down here.
Loving it.
That's it.
How well is this looking?
I don't know.
Yes, it is. It's coming together really, really well.
But what you normally do, right, I should have stuck these a little bit better, is if you're making a background, sometimes with your dies, you hang these off the side of the
edge,
card,
yeah.
didn't you? But there we go. No for next time.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
This is fun, says Debbie. You should do this more. Sam says, Ben, you're doing great. Thank you.
You are. You're doing so well.
So maybe that's going to go down the front here. We've got another tape pen. Oh, I need the dotty there, don't I? Do you want to just stick those on there for me? Because I'm just aware that we're running out of time a little bit here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm all right. We can just take the time from my next demos.
Oh, I don't want to do that.
Oh, I don't mind.
No?
No. People would much rather see this.
Would they?
We can take off the hanging ornaments. I'm just producing from the floor. Rule swap.
Now here's a good tip, and you have to tell me this again. So this is quite intricate, right?
Yep.
So with the dotty tape pen, which way do I need to go with that so I'm not going to tear it?
So what I would do is I would go, see how it's flexible there. So what I would do is I would pull down. So I would hold it, secure it with my finger and pull down.
Like that?
Yeah. Because if you were to do it the other way, you're going to pull it off.
Okay.
So that's fine.
All right.
Perfecto.
I'll stick that on there like so. George, I apologise as well, by the way, if you're trying to get all of this and I'm all over the place with my angles.
George is a legend. He's getting it all. He's getting it all.
Georgina, did you just say?
I know. I'm choosing to ignore that.
Seriously, I know it is a bit wonky, but I'm realising now I'm against the time. I'm going as fast as I can, and I am doing a great job. Thank you. So that's going to go. Have you set that down? Yes.
Yep.
Beautiful. So now I'm going to take my tape pen.
Yep.
Just going to put this onto the card here. I'm going to keep that down the bottom because I'm going to cover that gap up with the special friend. Oh, you need to see.
Looking good.
There you go.
Looking good.
Not too bad. That's going to go there.
Do you know who I also want to know who thinks what about it?
Who, yeah?
Is Grace, our
Grace?
social media guru. I want to know what her impression is of this that
Why's
you're
that?
doing. I don't know. She's a fan of yours.
What?
She's a fan of us.
Oh, right, okay.
And I just want her. She's on the socials. I want to see Grace. What do you think of Ben's card? Loving this,
Where
Ben.
am I going to put that? Like that?
Yeah. So maybe you know when the dog gets really excited and then knocks over the
Looks like
water
a
bowl.
Oh, I've stuck that. Yeah.
Yeah, of course you can.
It's not great, is it?
Look at that, Ben. Love it.
Special friend.
Special friend.
That needed to go over there a bit more, so then I could have put the bowl in. Do you know what? Out of my 3 demos I've done today, I would say that's my worst.
No.
No?
Demo of the week. No, better not, because I want another star this week.
Or having said that, you talk about that potentially demo of the day. Look at what won demo of the day the other day. When
That's
you squashed
very
that
true.
elephant.
Poor Nelly the elephant. On another note, Grace loves it. It's cute.
Oh, thank you, Grace. If you want to get the collection, you get the Gemini Mini machine plus the collection dies, 96 in total for $74.39 or $95.16 if you're a platinum member. We're going to take a short break. I'm going for a lie down and we'll be back very shortly.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash. Draw, decorate, and customize your world with the colorful Spectrum Noir acrylic paint markers. Each premium paint marker gives opaque coverage on ceramic, glass, wood, and let's not forget paper, cardstock, and canvas. These versatile markers are filled with highly pigmented premium water-based paint, offering beautiful, rich, and smooth coverage. The colors can be blended together, and the fast-drying opaque paint is ideal for layering. A 3mm bullet tip offers smooth strokes, and a precision valve mechanism allows rich and consistent flow with no clogging. Quick buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash.
Thank you for all the comments. Can I just read a few out, by the way? Sam says, I purchased the dies for the Mini. Yes. Maybe once a week, Ben, says Shadaya. You should swap. That way you will get good at it. Ooh. No, I take that for how it's meant. Thank you. The thing is, as I say, I'm a bit of a clunky crafter. When I craft at home, obviously, this is a great demonstration, I think, for you to see how great our team are in the fact that they can pull these demos together, do these demonstrations whilst talking, whilst interacting, and make it look so easy in 10 minutes. With me, no chance. But thank you for all of the comments. Ben, you're doing great, says Teresa. Love it, says Shadaya. Pat yourself on the back. Teresa says, demo of the show. Rosalind says, you two are hilarious. And Scrap Paper Scissors says, you have impressed us all. Very cute. Ben, you did awesome. Such a cute card, Ben. Well done. And Mary Beth Dawes says, I love the two of you. Always fun and great demos too. Thank you, everybody. And that is what we're here for, the fun and, of course, the entertainment and education. And as I say, that's why I love being here, because I feel like I'm learning the whole time. And I get to hang out with, like, the best crafters in the business as well. One day I'll be at that level. Let's move on to some other goodies that we've got coming up. The decorative nesting dies. These are coming your way a little bit later on. Launch party, in fact. With Jan and George later on this afternoon at 2 o'clock Eastern Time, 11 o'clock Pacific. And Jan and George are going to be looking at these, 25% saving, and these are gorgeous. You're going to get 27 elements in total. Your Argenta, your Bronte, your Catania, your Turin, Bergamo, Amalfi, Vicenza, Milan, and Verona. What did I say? Bergamo? Bergamo. Sorry.
You said it better than I did during last week's launch.
I always find with things like this, if you say them quickly, normally people don't notice.
Do anything. Georgina would.
Yeah, Georgina would.
You could say it slow, you could say it fast,
Yeah.
she'll notice if you say it
She's
wrong.
a linguist, you see, though, isn't she? She's a linguist.
Yeah.
She knows all the languages. Because you study the languages. $77.34 is your platinum price here. $89.73 if you're a platinum member. Nesting dies, always a staple tool for any craft room, but when you get them as beautiful and as detailed as this, you're onto a winner, aren't you?
Absolutely, yeah. I also class these as background dies, so these are going to be on the backdrop when it comes to your toppers, your sentiments, anything like that. So you've got that option. So this is why this sort of thing has absolutely got my name written all over it. This is what you're going to be getting. So have a look within these ones here. So it's not just one set of die or one die you're getting in the set. You're actually getting 3 in most of them, if not all of them. So we've got that one, Argenta,
okay,
within that one there.
Say it quickly. Yep,
Argenta,
yep.
Within that one there. So again, if you do have maybe things like your Art Deco toppers or sentiments, you could use that one. Mm-hmm. Then on this one
Bronte.
Here, we've got Bronte. Mm-hmm. Within this one, you've got the nice swirls around that one there. Lots of snippability within all of them, but certainly that one.
Wow.
Then we've got Catania. Catania, rule the world. So you've got that one.
Rule Britannia.
Close, just other side of the pond.
I love it.
There's, like the brooches that you would get with the cameos.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
like
it
a
reminds
really
me
posh,
from
side
side
brooch.
Reminds me of that for some reason. Then what we've got within this one here is Turin. So yeah, this is really spectacular when it comes to that Art Deco-esque, or dare I say, Rennie Mackintosh? Mm-hmm. Elements to it. Elements, within that one there. Then we've got...
Oh, wow. That, for me, is like Mirror, Mirror on the Wall.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's like burst of flames coming out the
side
as well. Yeah. So that one there, that being Bergamo, yeah. And then look at this one. We've got Amalfi.
Gorgeous.
Within that one there. Really nice.
So much detail.
So much detail. You know, and you don't need to use the big one all the time. If you want to go with the middle one or the smallest one, you can do. Then we've got Verona. Within this one here.
Valentine's.
So we've got Verona within this one here. So you're just now going for the squares. So we're going with the squares and the love hearts that you got. So really good when it comes to Valentine's. And then the next one we've got here is Vicenza within this one there. So again, another good one for your 7x7 cards, your smaller ones down. To be fair, Georgina, I've done that deliberately just to wind you up.
I hate people who do that when the producers are trying to call out items and you mix them up. You'd never catch me doing that.
Here we go. We have then got Milan on that one. That one I can pronounce rightly. Milan.
Yep.
So lots of really good shapes when it comes to this one here. This one being from the full set there, £77.34 if you're platinum, or of course $89.73 if you are platinum stateside. Very quickly, let's show you a few finished samples and then we can get in and we can start to demo them. How spectacular do they look?
Do you know what I love with that first one that you've shown as well? Whenever I see die collections like this, I always think that not old-fashioned is the wrong word, but I can never picture in my mind's eye like how they can be sort of funky and fresh and now. And you've just shown that straight away.
Straight away. Great showing you the packaging. It's great showing you the boards as well as to what you're going to get, but nothing will ever do them justice until you actually see the finished samples as to what you can be doing. And very simple within these ones here. It's all about the colour tones. You know, a few florals. That one I absolutely adore. That's completely my colour tone with the teals as well as the whites. But then you can see on this one here. So it could be a photo in there if you wanted to. You know, if they do love the little princesses, you want to do mirror, mirror on the wall, you absolutely can do. It works an absolute treat. Small cards, medium cards, large cards, corners of scrapbook pages, you know, actual corners of pages, never mind actually within the cards, you can absolutely do that. So we're going to go with Catania within that one there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go in with some of our satin cards. This is like our teal card within this one. So that can be our largest one. Then we're going to go in with some of the Centura Pearl, and then that can be the middle one. And then the centerpiece, we're then going to do this within white smooth stamping card. And each of them, what I'm going to do, Ben, is I'm going to do these through my MIDI.
Okay. Whilst you are crafting, Joe says, good job, Ben. You two are so cute together. You crack me up.
Stop it.
Janet says, Ben, your card was so cute. It was fun to watch. Your friend Craig is so supportive. You are a great duo. Yeah, we are. We're best buds. He's very supportive, very helpful most of the time. Kathy says, really enjoyed you guys crafting together. Great job, Ben. Thank you. Renee says, Ben, are you passing on / showing Daisy all the wonderful crafting tips you're learning? Well, I am. I mean, I'm trying to. I mean, I think she's probably a bit craftier than I am, to be honest. And at the minute, not crafting as much as we did over Christmas, because since then she's got guinea pigs, as a lot of you know. So those are now very high on the list. And she's also just taken up judo.
Judo?
Yeah, she's taken up judo.
Wow.
So she's busy on trying to flip me over her back and stuff and trip me up and things like that. So, yeah. But I think it's great that she's interested in all these things. Horse riding, crafting, judo, looking after animals, swimming. Awesome. And the question which is coming from Sandy, what I would say, we can probably answer this in a nutshell, but Sandy, I would say if you go to our Colour Me Happy shows, you'll find more in-depth 101s on this. But the difference between all of the ink pads, Sandy says, what are they? I've got the water reactive ones coming. So we've got, obviously the three main ones are our quick dry, aren't they? Water reactive and our opaque pigment ink pad. So if you're doing, stamping straight away, and you need it to dry quickly, you know, if you're doing kind of batch stamping, then it's your quick dries, isn't it?
Yes.
If you're wanting then to be able to do, well, kind of like with your water reactives and your opaque pigment ink pads, more for your blending, right? If you want to make backgrounds and mix colours up, but also, of course, with your pigment ink pads, you can then use those for your heat embossing techniques, can't you?
Absolutely, you can do, Yep, absolutely.
They've all got their kind of uses and sort of superhero
They do.
points, haven't they?
Yeah, they really, really do. Yep. Nothing else I can say on what you've just said there.
So what are you using
Absolutely.
now?
So this one I'm using water reactive.
Right.
So I'm blending. If I was wanting to do more of an ombre effect and start to blend colours into each other, I'd be inclined to go with the opaque pigment ink pads.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is just our parakeet water reactive, and I'm laying down some colour here because what I can then do is if I remove this one out, so if I take it out the way, we are left with our lovely white frame.
Yeah.
But then what we've got is we've got colour with it in the middle. And I've not gone right into the centre of the frame because I've got this one that I've already done here, and I've stamped out the little sentiment over the moon for you. So I've got that one. And then, just to say as well, so it is from, so the cardstock actually is from the Positive Thoughts, and same with the sentiment stamps. So there is that one. So I'm going to use that one because I've already done my sentiment stamping. And then what we can do is that can then go into there. That can go into there. And then using, what was the other set, Ben? Using, I think it would have been, it's not that one, it's not that one, it's not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one.
Must be this one.
Yep, that one. What I've done, no, it's not that one, it's not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one.
It's got to be one of them.
It's got to be one of them.
Whilst you're trying to find it,
Yeah.
I've got loads of job swap comments coming through which I can read out. We've been asking for your roll swaps today. It's roll swap day, so we've been asking if you could swap into a role at Crafters TV, what you would like to do. Joy says, hi Ben, I would love to design cards for you guys as I so enjoy working with your beautiful products, but I've applied before without being selected. So I think I'll swap as a backup singer in one of your videos instead. Might be a new one coming soon. I would like to work behind the scenes on customer product fulfillment, says Karen, making sure quantities orders don't exceed supplies in stock. Thus, I would like to work in computer software development, or I'd be happy to be Sarah's, Leanne's, Craig's, Debbie's, or Debbie's assistant. I'm flexible, but I still love you, Ben and Joe. And Paula saying, this is a difficult choice. If I could roll swap, I would love to swap with whoever gets your coffee, tea, or whatever missing supplies that are needed. What's like John, Jake, or Tracy then, really? Mostly so I could just hang out and watch and listen to the antics going on. It's fun to watch on the TV, but I bet it would be amazing to actually be there live as it's happening. And he's found it! Is that the one?
I did indeed. Amalfi.
Amalfi, yeah.
Amalfi. So it's the smallest one from the Amalfi. And this is showing how you can mix and match with them. So using these decorative nesting dies as well as Positive Thoughts collection, what we can do is take this one out. And then similar to what I've done with this one, use my water reactive parakeet. I've gone around and inked it lightly, not as heavy-handed, and then stamped with love. So we can see we've got that one there. And then it's literally the case of assembling our card together. I'm going to go in. What I've done is taken 5x7 and created a fold back with my scoring board. So you'll see if I fold that back, you'd of course use your scoring tool or burnishing tool. But what I can then do is if I go in, pattern paper, and I've used the black. So we're not doing much at all to this card. We're going to let the decorative nesting dies do all the talking, because that's what they're for. They're there, they're doing the design, they're doing that focal point, and they're just making it look spectacular. So let's go from hanging down. Looks more natural. So pressing that one on, fold this one over, and then we're going to use this panel as well. So nothing extra other than black matte cardstock. So we're going to go in, I'm going to do it that way. So we've got that kind of lace effect at the top. Press that one in. And then these absolutely shout out to have foam pads used on them.
Yes.
You know, or glue gel, but add some height. I would highly recommend adding the height. So what I'm going to do is I'm only going to add my foam pads to what would be the left-hand side at the back. That can then sit nicely in the middle here. I'm then going to go in with my foam pads here, and I've combined the mirror card with the pearl card within the collection. I think it works really well. So that can go into here.
Gorgeous.
And we don't need to worry about additional sentiments or that, Ben, because we've incorporated them in with our decorative nesting dies. So we've gone over the moon for you. That can go there. And then what we can do is we can finish it off with love in the middle there. This I will put on with our double-sided tape, keeping that one flat. And then all that I'm going to do is get that into rough position in the middle.
Isn't it so great that you can go as kind of over the top and as dimensional as you want with these, or you can just completely strip it back and just use one level of the nesting dies. They're so, what's the word? Multi-craftable. That's not even a phrase, but
no, but it's a good way to explain them. Yeah, absolutely, they really are. You've got that option. Taking a few little die cuts from the collection, the little butterfly I am going to pop on a pad, pop that there, and then there we go. We've then got our card, so we would burnish that again, but here we are. Let's lift this one up. So we can see we've got our decorative nesting die collection. So this is just a couple of the dies that come with the 27 elements in total. So on the today's price, you're going to be saving 25%, £96.68 or $112.16. Of course, you guys, Central Europe, you go across to your website. But if you're platinum, it's going to come down to $77.34 or $89.73. So crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.eu, that is the place you need to go.
Lots of lovely comments coming through. It's lovely to know that you guys are enjoying the show today and have just enjoyed the day as a whole. Actually, it's been a little bit of a different start to the day. Fingers crossed, touch wood, things are getting back to normal. Lots to enjoy, as I say, as we head through the day. The brilliant George will be here a little bit later on with the lovely Jan, the headmistress of craft, will be here to inspire and bring you loads of inspiration. Must just say hi to Betty, who says, Ben, I finally got that card that I won off you that you signed for me, even prettier in person. Thank you. I said that ages ago. I want to say that I said that in November. That's the postal service for you. And Susie T, hi Susie, says, oh, a roll swap. I would love to sit in the gallery or work the cameras. Yeah, I think there's been a lot of appetite for jumping in the gallery or getting in here and working the cameras. We'll put all of these ideas to the team, and if you get a call in the future to come and work cameras or make tea, you can thank us later.
Johnny's tinnies as well.
Johnny's tinnies of an evening, yes. Let us move on though to our Out of This World deal. Deal. Coming up on launch party a little bit later on. This is an unbelievable buy. It is the Vintage Diary selection. So it is a selection from the collection, an 11-piece selection, and the deal on this is out of this world. 70% you're going to be saving. And within this collection, as you can see, you've got those gorgeous torn edge dies. They are included. Plus, you've got stamps like the Adorning Sentiment stamp. You've got the Antique Frame stamp and die set. One of my absolute favourite stamps is in this collection as well, which is that gorgeous pocket watch. You've got your 5x7 Dear Diary embossing folder. You've got a 3D embossing folder in there as well, the moment in time. Plus, you've got things like your embellishments. We're giving you your ribbon pack. You've got your jute twine in there. You've got the wooden frame and corner. Plus, everybody's favourite, the wax seal kit is also included in that collection. It's a lovely selection from the collection with 50 elements in total. That collection alone should be £92 or over $113. You pay £22.05 today, or $27.22 if you are a platinum member. So a great way for you to be able to dip your toe in the water with that collection. If you've already bought maybe individual elements from it and you want to kind of extend the collection, that's a great way to do it. Grab it now though, because I have a feeling when more people are up later on and jump in for that launch party show coming your way, 2 o'clock East Coast, it is going to fly out of the door. Righty ho, lots of love by the way coming in for that last card. Scrap Paper Scissors says, ooh, I love the colour choices, Craig. What a beautiful card. Janet says, great again, Craig. You have made a beautiful card. And also Gilmore says, I would want to come in to see Ben and Craig goofing off. That's an expression in the gallery. We don't do that. Me and him, very serious all the time, very professional, straight down the line. Next up, we've only got 10 minutes remaining. We've got to do the vote in the show as well for the demo of the show. So let's move on to the next demo, which is a stunning collection, the Everyday Hanging Ornament collection, 34 elements in total, and a pokey tool. Last week, you did a demo with this, and I know you won demo of the week, but the card which I think should have won was the one that you used this. I think it was this collection from, wasn't it?
Right.
Where you used it to create the
the inside.
The inside, but then you used it as a flat 2D effect on the outside as well, which goes to show again, yes, you'll be using these in that way, but there's lots of different ways to use it, isn't there?
There really is, and in actual fact, we really are going to struggle to do a demo within this one. So I'm going to talk you through and show you finished samples, and I can show you and explain the concept of them, and then Jan's going to have them on launch party to show you what you can be doing with them. But what I'm actually going to do is let's show you the main worker die. So you've got two of them. So you've got your love heart. So this is the love heart, this is the worker. So this is the one you're going to cut 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, whatever one that you want. And then you've got the love heart that could be hanging from the middle. The other one that you've got is the circle, and you get the butterfly with it. So again, you can have your butterfly hanging from the middle. Don't forget, you can start to cross-pollinate them if you want. You can use the love heart with the circle, butterfly with the heart if you want to. But then what you've got is you've got additional die packs. So this is where instead of having the butterfly or the heart, you could be using the present or the cupcake. Then you've got all these dies as accessories. Or you might want to use the flower or the champagne glass. So you've got your 2 worker dies that's creating the ornament, and then you can then pop in the middle whichever ones that you want. They enable you to create these gorgeous hanging ornaments. So whatever cardstock you use, how spectacular does these look? Now, all of our ones just now for Wake Up Call have been stored in the boxes, so they will be opened out for launch party, but it gives you the idea that you've got your little embellishment design within the middle there. So then inking your cardstock.
Oh, I love that.
Look at that one.
The cocktail going on, that's amazing.
So good, isn't it? So thread or twine or ribbon, whatever you want to have in the middle there to hold it into place. But look at that, and that's what I mean. So that's been done a multitude of times. I want to say 1, 2, 3, it's about 4 times that's been die cut.
Is there an optimum amount for you that you would cut out? 4 or 5?
Not really, no. No, I would be, I would, no, do you know something? I wouldn't even like to take a guess, because the more you use, the more circular of the rings that you're going to get. So no, again, you know, if you go real to town, the more you use, the less you're going to see through it into the centre. But no, there's not an absolute, you can only do X amount. You need to at least do 2 to make it stand. But then, you can then go and add more and more and more if you want to. But we can see here with the butterflies. Let's show you this one as well. So this is how your pattern paper, your core cardstock, but then start to create your own effects with your cardstock, white smooth stamping card, watercolour card, and your sparkle pens. I mean, look at that. Now, what little girl wouldn't love that one?
No, it's so cute.
Absolutely gorgeous.
And this is where you kind of merge from, like, you know, your cards into things, like you say, little ornaments for bedrooms, little table settings for celebrations or weddings or parties.
And that's the thing, you know, you can then do your own hanger in the middle. So it could be a table number hanging from the middle. It could be a photo if you wanted to. Do you know what? If you wanted to weigh it down somehow at the base, then it could hold down balloons for birthdays or something like that. So please don't just think of them as everyday hanging elements. But what I've done here, and like I say, I don't want to, I don't want to ruin a full demo for the sake of a moment or two.
And
so I don't want to.
It needs the time to.
It needs the time, absolutely. So what I have done beforehand, using the turquoise and the fuchsia, I have die cut these ones a few times. So I've got these ones here. So this has been die cut, well, 3 in total. So you can see that from up above. So what I would have then done, die cut another one, and then that one, I've popped it onto my adhesive backing, but you can use your glues or your sprays, anything like that. You get the score lines, but I like to enhance them. That would then fold, and then I would place that one into this last section, and then what would happen is this is where our ornament starts to come into play. So we can see how that is here. I like that one. Reminds me as well as like bubble gum and bubble gum and
the bubblegum machines.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
That's
it also
it.
to me looks like a really over the top squid or octopus.
Oh yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
I
Really
see what you're saying.
extravagant squid.
I see exactly what you're saying. Yeah, it does actually.
It does as well, George.
Mystic,
of the
yeah.
joystick. Look like the Mystic Ball from Big.
Yes,
It reminds me of
I
a bit.
feel
Yeah.
the lottery numbers will be
Mystic Craig.
Mystic Craig.
Yeah.
So then,
Oh, don't stop there. I thought you were going to give us the lottery.
whatever. No, I'm keeping the numbers for myself,
Oh,
mate.
of course you are.
So what
All
we
right,
then
mate.
do is the centre. I'll maybe give you a tenner of that if I win
Oh.
a couple of million.
Thanks a lot. You're the best.
No, if I won millions, you guys would be laughing.
What? Because you'd won millions, or we'd be laughing because you give us a few quid.
Because you get some.
Yes. You won too much.
I didn't mean you guys in the gallery. Of course I would. Of course I would. Of course I would. Absolutely. So what you're going to do for the centre, you're going to do exactly the same. You're going to then die cut it a multitude of times. You decide 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, whatever you want. And then you're going to fold it in half and you're going to back them onto each other, which then is going to give you this hanging aspect. So if I come into here, so we've got a little champagne glass, we then feed your ribbon or there is ribbon that we can just see and no more. That would hang from the centre, cascade all the way down, and then you'd be left with something like this.
Amazing.
So in a future show where I have
Yeah.
these hanging ornaments, I will do this demo from start to scratch, but for the sake of the time, that's what I mean by I didn't want to waste that demo. But please remember, Jan will be back with George for a launch party where she'll be having a look at them, and I'm telling you, I love these. I cannot wait to see what Jan does with these ones. These are going to be 7 o'clock here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern time or 11 a.m. Pacific time for you guys stateside.
They are stunning, and actually, I think we've done a good job there, actually not trying to rush through a demo because they deserve the full amount of time to see those being put together. Aisha says, I need lots of those cocktails right about now. Me and you both. Teresa says, I may need to break down and get these. I would today at that fantastic price. Patty saying these are so cute. And Gilmore says, the orange in the demo matches Craig's lovely shirt. Talking about his lovely shirt, shall we quickly head over and get the vote going on the demo of the show? Don't vote for 2.
Don't vote for 2.
Don't vote for 2.
Vote for 2. Vote for 2.
Don't
Vote for
vote 2.
2.
Craig,
Vote
line them
for
up.
2.
Line them up. What we got?
So we have got number 1 that we use Nature Garden that Jan and George has got coming up in the masterclass, all about the farmyard.
Oh, by the way, sorry, I've just thought, keep them there. I've thought, no, I'm coming over. Right, I've thought why the bowl is like that. I've got to tell you, what's happened, you see, is my special friend has come in, tipped the bowl up, and that's why the bones, it's very clever design. The bones are falling out of the bowl. Very clever.
Very
Vote
clever.
for 2.
Vote for 2.
Vote for
2. So yeah, so number 2 is with the Gemini Minis that Ben made.
Yep.
Vote for that one, please. And then number 3 is using our delicate nesting dies that you can see here. So 1, 2, 3. Choice
You've
is
got
yours.
about 90 seconds to get your votes in on that. And let's also just remind you of a few other goodies that we've got coming up for you today, which you might want to get your hands on. Coming up, launch party a little bit later on, we've got our 12 by 12 pearl pad collection. This is a lovely deal, actually, saving over 20%. You've got your paisley pearl, rainbow pearl, your blush and blue pearl. All were hugely popular when we launched these. Plus, we're also going to be throwing in the pearl cardstock pad from the Nature's Garden Gnomes collection. $52.79 is the platinum price there, or $59.99 if you're shopping with us in the US. And then also coming up a little bit later on, The metallic pen and black paper pad collection, 24 pens, 20 sheets of paper. So you've got your 9x12 premium black paper pad. Plus, we're giving you metallic markers in the antique element, your rare minerals and precious metals. And you're going to get 6 of your outline markers, which are stunning. The dazzling bright. Really, really great price on that for just under £36 platinum or $51.19 if you're shopping with us in the US. And just a quick reminder of the Out of This World deal later on. Please, please, please get this now, because I have a feeling if you wait till later, you could be struggling a bit because it's flying. It's the selection from the Vintage Diary collection, 11 elements, well, 50 elements, 11 items in total for £22 or $27. It is going to be hugely busy when the world begins to wake up later on and they see that deal. Whilst we wait for the vote to come in, Craig is now sat to my right, and I guess we ought to remind everybody what's coming up.
We will do it indeed. So I think, yep, just waiting on the result coming in. So here we go. Let's have a look and see once again for the final time of Wake Up Call what is coming up today, and it's all going to be with George and Jan. So that's masterclass. Jan's going to take you through the Farmyard collection, where that would be 3 o'clock here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time. So that's going to be a corker of a show for sure. And then you're going to have Jan's take on some of the few recent new launches we've had here on Crafters TV. That's then, of course, Launch Party. That's going to be 7 o'clock here in the UK, or 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time. So it's going to be a lot of fun to see who has won. Demo of the show, number 2. Yes!
Thanks, everybody.
There we go.
The tipped up dog bowl.
I do have to say, though, no pressure, because you're up against Jan now.
Forget that. I'll just take the demo of the show. That's amazing. You and I are off for a movie afternoon.
We are indeed. We're away to go and watch the, relatively new Halloween film. We've been waiting for months and months and months. We're eventually going to go right to mine now and we're going to watch it.
Yep, and we will catch you guys, both of us, back tomorrow for Craft Chat Create tomorrow morning his home from 8, and we've also got launch day tomorrow as well, haven't we?
We do indeed. Tomorrow's launch day is all about hunky crafts. Have a lovely rest of the day with George and Jan. We will see you tomorrow for Craft Chat Create. Bye.